The Fantastic Four First Steps is set to take orbit when it releases in July, and BoxOfficeTheory.com is predicting a pretty good opening weekend. We have to talk about this, ladies and gentlemen, because I feel that they could be right or they could be wrong. Now look, before I get started, do your boy three major favors. Please hit that subscribe button. And after you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that notification bell, because YouTube absolutely sucks at notifying subscribers that content creators has uploaded videos to their platform. Hitting that notification bell certainly helps. And don't forget to hit that like button to help me out with that algorithm, baby. Now let's get into today's video. We have another one coming from comicbookmovie.com. If you're familiar with the 4KO, you will know that this is my preferred site to get my news from. So shout out to them for continuing to bring the noise. It is titled The Fantastic Four First Steps Early Box Office Forecast Predicts $125 million to $136 million plus in its opening weekend. That is pretty good. Let's get into this. We're over 6 weeks away from the release of the Fantastic Four First Steps, so while box office tracking is still a ways off, BoxOfficeTheory.com has shared their early forecast for the MCU reboot's opening weekend. Based on factors such as ticket pre-sales, trailer views and reactions, Marvel's previous late summer openers, and the competition the movie will face when it hits theaters, the site is predicting a domestic debut of $125 million to $136 million plus debut. We just said that. All right. Quote, "At the risk of understanding, a release 2 weeks after Superman will be incredibly interesting to follow," they wrote. In an era when many audiences have become more selective about comic book films, get them into cinemas, the year's two biggest properties from that realm will aim to coexist in a lucrative late summer corridor. Either way, diehard fans will show up for both. So they believe that Superman will also make money. All right. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say they don't believe it, because if you go over to AMC, let's go to AMC and let's see exactly how well that of the Fantastic Four is doing. AMC. Let's check out my theater. All right. Got some little advertisement there. All right. Let's look it up right here. Fantastic. Fantastic. All right, we got the Fantastic Four right here, advance tickets. All right, put in my zip code. And let's see how it's doing. All right, this is my preferred theater. I like to go here because you can buy real food. All right, we got a 6:30 IMAX for that of July 24, 2025 for Thursday. We got a total of 7 seats sold. All right. We also have a 3 o'clock, and this is for Thursday as well. Wow. They're starting advanced screenings at 3 o'clock. Damn. I remember when you had to go at 12. Wow. This one has sold 2, 5, 8, 12 tickets. So no sellouts, no sellouts. Now, my preferred time will be that of Friday. Let's just say Saturday. I'll go Saturday, maybe not Friday because I'm doing something that weekend. The 7:15 IMAX for Friday hasn't sold any tickets. All right. My doubly. Yeah, I know it's doubly, but I call it doubly. 6:45. Let's see. That's where I like to go. The time. Doubly. Huh? 7 seats sold. So far, no sellouts. All right. Now, let me tell you exactly why I do believe BoxOfficeTheory.com. You may not know this about the 4KO, but that is where I learned how to analyze box office. Yes, yes. Your boy O had to go through college on that website. Was wrong many a times, going to be honest with you. And then I had to realize that I had to learn something in order to be able to express what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? So I do believe in those guys. I'm on record telling you that boxofficetheory.com knows how to analyze box office. But I will admit, they do have those moments where they miscalculate. And I think that they miscalculate is because of social media reactions. I feel like they see this 1,000 mentions, or let's just say 1,000,000 mentions, right, on that of X. And they don't realize that it could just be 50,000 people talking back and forth, you know. They don't realize that. A lot of times that is overvaluated, if you ask me. They see people conversing about that of Fantastic Four, even Superman, and they do feel like, hey, look, this is how many people are interested in watching these movies. But in reality, it could just be a few fans having conversations about these films. In fact, I would say it could be fans going back and forth with each other, you know, arguments, which is why it could be affiliated with that of multiple tweets. So when it comes to analyzing the box office, I feel like in today's society, because I haven't been on Box Office Theory in a very long time, I feel like they don't take that in consideration. It was the same thing with The Flash. You guys remember that? They was talking about The Flash was going to open up to $115 million domestically and so on and so forth. And they was basing that on conversations happening on that of social media. So I feel like they overvaluate that. You know, they feel like if you're talking about it, that means that's as many as people that's going to go and see it. But in reality, it's not true. It's not true. Now, I'm not saying Box Office Theory is wrong, but I am saying that it is a possibility that they could be off, and they could be off for that of Fantastic Four and that of James Gunn's Superman. We don't know, but what we do need to know is how it's going to perform when it comes closer, right? Because remember, Superman comes out, 2 weeks before? Fantastic Four comes out 2 weeks after. Are these films going to cannibalize each other? I mean, I'm just asking you. Maybe that's why Marvel Studios decided to jump on the pre-sale tickets before that of James Gunn's Superman, because as I told you, money is hard to come by. And that's going to be, two $100 million openings in 1 month, and a possibility of $2 billion films releasing in 1 month. So right then and there, it's going to be a battle. Now, James Gunn said there's room for both, but I think he needs to understand not everyone makes millions of dollars every year. You know what I'm saying? We have to pick and choose. Right now, I know for a fact I'm going to see that of Jurassic World. My little one is not going to allow me to miss it. But James Gunn's Superman is the one that I do have on the back burner, even though I am not hyped for either one of the films, James Gunn's Superman or the Fantastic Four. But if I was going to have to go and watch one because my money is tight, it would be that of Fantastic Four. Don't get me wrong. I do understand that James Gunn's Superman, it looks a little bit more interesting than that of the Fantastic Four. I'm on record saying that. But you got to understand this. When it comes to DC, you're not going to put that front and center. Right. I'm going to go see that on Discount Tuesday, if anything. But I'll probably check the Fantastic Four out in the movie theaters. So with that being said, you guys let me know what you think about this prediction of 125 to 135 plus for that of the Fantastic Four. And also, do you believe that many people are going to be left with a hard choice when it comes to choosing between that of the two superhero films? And always remember, laissez la bon temps rouler. That means let the good times roll. But let me know in the comments below.